Welcome to the Sounds of the Community series, where we take a deep dive into the stories of inspiring individuals who have made a significant impact in their communities. In this episode, we meet Jimmy Della Torre, the visionary founder of DLT Growers located in Ontario, California. Get ready to immerse yourself in the sounds of the community. In 1987, after gaining valuable experience working for various groundcover nurseries for 8 years, Jimmy Della Torre made a daring decision. He took a leap of faith and decided to venture out on his own, starting his very own groundcover nursery. Little did he know, this small step would eventually transform into a remarkable journey. So when you're getting ready for the stores, you stack everything in this area over here.
No. As we get the orders every day, we
that's where we actually set them up out there. So yeah, they get ready out there for loading.
Yeah, they do. So basically, their shade structure. So we grow a lot of the stuff here, and this is actually filter sand. It's only 30%, so it's not. If you can see, it's not real shady. It gives the leaves a good start where they're not
getting burned, huh?
Yes.
Yeah.
So I mean, a lot of people don't do that because of that. It's not. A lot of this stuff is growing.
You're part of the process.
Yeah. What started as a solo endeavor soon blossomed into a thriving family business, as many of Jimmy's loved ones joined in on his pursuit of success. Yeah, absolutely.
Quarter of a mile away from here.
So because they're under the shade, do you have to hand water everything, or do they catch rain?
Oh no, it catches. Basically, we water as needed. There's like about 2 or 3 times a week. But if it rains, we won't water for 3 or 4 days. You can see that we took all the cuttings out of the material. With each family member contributing their own unique skills and expertise, their bond grew even stronger, propelling their company forward. You see, my guys, they look like little ants, just picking up material and everything. Oh yeah. I mean, we sell probably like 10,000 nuts a day. DLT Growers may have started modestly, but through hard work, determination, and a commitment to excellence, they began to carve their own path in the Southern California groundcover industry. Slowly but steadily, they expanded their operations and gained recognition as one of the largest groundcover businesses in the region. And then how do you, once you do the cuttings, how do you repackage it? Do you put it in dirt again, or do you? Yeah, see, we have our mother stock here. This is our dump pile, but we don't want to see that. I mean, we get credits and all that.
Yeah.
Right.
Those are all the tacos that did the summer.
See, this fields, we have our mother stock here.
From their humble beginnings to their current status as industry leaders, we discover the sheer passion and unwavering dedication that fueled their success. Through interviews, behind-the-scenes footage, and captivating storytelling, we uncover the secrets behind DLT Growers' remarkable rise. Learn about the challenges they faced, the lessons they learned, and the innovations they brought to the groundcover industry. We do the ferrules again in Markham, and then we have our bed shaper.
Everybody wants to bed. That's the hard one. Hey, DeAndre, you gotta work harder, bro.
I'm not working hard enough, apparently.
We gotta work harder, DeAndre. We gotta work harder. Go out.
So, we know you're a big car fanatic. Like, what made you get into cars?
Well, when I was growing up, I had some cars, but I always wanted a private disc account.
Okay.
So when I got married, that was a car that I bought when I was a kid. I was 15 years old. And that was my only thing. Me and my wife, we didn't actually get married. We got together. And that was my only asset. Car, clothing. So I rented an apartment, and it was my car. First little girl was born. Then things started getting where I was working at the nursery, so I wanted to start my own thing. I had to start my own.
In the vast landscape of human ambition, sometimes it takes an extraordinary leap of faith to turn one's dream into reality. Such was the case for Jimmy Della Torre, a man whose love for his first car was only surpassed by his determination to build a prosperous future for himself, his wife, and his newborn child. At the tender age of 15, Jimmy became the proud owner of a 1972 Pontiac Firebird, a classic automobile that held not only 4 wheels and an engine, but a profound connection to his soul. It represented the freedom and possibilities that lay ahead. Little did he know then that he would eventually have to make a heart-wrenching choice, an iconic car for the chance to pursue his entrepreneurial dream.
And basically, that was the only thing I had, but I've been working since I was a little kid. So my daughter was born, and then my second daughter was born, and then I had the opportunity to start my business when I was 25.
Yeah.
So basically, I started my business, but I had to sell this car to buy a Mitsubishi truck with a camper shed to show my samples. So,
Wow.
I mean, when I sold it, I didn't want to sell it, but I mean, it is what it is, So I told my wife, if I do good in the business, I want to buy my car back, or buy a car similar to mine.
Yeah.
Well, long story short, I ended up buying the GTO, the 67 convertible.
That's the one back here.
Yeah, and she said, that doesn't look like our car.
Yeah. And so, with unwavering determination, Jimmy said goodbye to his cherished Firebird, trading it in for a humble stack of cash, an investment in himself and his newfound entrepreneurial path. It was in those early years of toiling under the sun, nurturing the earth, and tirelessly tending to countless plants that Jimmy's innovative vision began to take root. DLT growers began to flourish, and with each success, a glimmer of hope for a reunion with his beloved car. As the years passed, Jimmy's ground cover business not only thrived, but eclipsed the boundaries of his imagination. And true to his dreams, the day finally arrived when he could repurchase a similar-looking 1972 Pontiac Firebird, the physical embodiment of his unwavering spirit. Today, Jimmy's passion for vintage and concept cars knows no boundaries. Owning over a dozen automotive gems, he finds solace in the realization that his sacrifices were not in vain. Jimmy Delatorre, once a humble teenager with a dream, is now both the proud founder of DLT Growers and a collector of dreams on wheels. From humble beginnings, a remarkable journey unfolded. Through perseverance, Jimmy Delatorre turned sacrifice into success, proving that sometimes we have to let go of something we love dearly for a chance to attain something even greater.
This
This is a cutting. Yeah. So you would basically replant this.
Well, we planted this in the greenhouses.
Okay.
And it will root not on this time, but
Right.
it takes the warm weather.
And you would just take it like
Yes.
this and just put it in the ground.
Yeah,
and
64 count. Yeah.
Okay.
So the fields that I'm talking about is like how probably will have mass field size of Starias land.
Right.
So we used to go and ask permission to get clippings from there. And it's to take a crew of people and have a bath. Used to have a room to sleep and rags to get all the things. And basically the trade was that I will replant anything that they needed in the fields to continue cleaning. And what really got good for me that everything that I said I was gonna do, I always will do it. If I tell them I was gonna bring in the stuff, I never dropped the ball. So people respect that. So I was known as a man of my word.
Yeah.
So
for you, it's about keeping promises.
Yes. So basically, keeping promises and trying to do things better for the industry.
Well, it sounds like
Throughout Jimmy Delatorre's career, he has diligently cultivated a reputation as someone who consistently delivers on his word. With unyielding integrity, Jimmy firmly believes in doing what he tells people he will do, a principle that forms the very foundation of his ground cover business. Whether it is fulfilling customers' orders promptly or exceeding their expectations, Jimmy ensures that his steadfast promises are always upheld. This exceptional dedication to keeping his word has garnered him respect and admiration within the industry, establishing him as a trustworthy and reliable leader.
the industry you started when you were 16, and then 14, and then at the age of 25, is that when you got started with your own? Okay, and then since then it's become a family affair, right?
Oh yeah.
When did your brother come in? I didn't know you introduced your
Yeah, my brother, he
Yeah.
came in, he was probably like 10 years old.
VAS, so vacations from school, basically.
Okay.
This is my summer pretty much.
So you didn't go camping, you didn't go.
No.
You didn't go to Raging Waters
No,
or
of course not.
Disneyland.
Of course
You
not.
were working.
It was our work.
Yeah.
And after straight out of high school, basically, this was actually my college. This is what I learned.
Yeah, so this is good. I mean, this is a really good skill to learn. And, you know, a lot of people don't realize that it's kind of like why summer vacations existed many decades ago is to go out into the farms and help out.
Right.
That's what it was for. And you were doing it literally.
You learn the word. That's the way. That's the way
Yeah.
doing it.
Yeah, and I mean, I guess there's no better education than that.
Right.
It's different than reading about it to actually come out here. And then the other thing too is it's a skill that like continue to use, not like we're getting rid of it anytime soon.
Right.
People are always in need of plants, not just for their home, but even in environmental design, in different areas of the community that are doing developments. And we're seeing that, especially like we talk about like landscape requirements and meeting those percentages. And it's like, where do those resources come from? They come from things like this. It takes experts like yourselves to make that happen. But I think it's pretty cool that like started off at the age of 14.
Yeah.
And you were in the industry, you were watching what was going on, but there was always that one desire to have constant improvement,
Yes.
right? And looking at a situation and saying, okay, cool, this is the way they've been doing it for years, but I think I can find a way to actually improve it, right?
Yeah, we done a lot of change. But just talking about him, he got married and he was a kid. We have other brothers. We're 12 of them.
It's 12 years.
Yeah. So anyway, only 12.
You got a car for everyone.
So anyway, he wanted to start his own thing.
Yeah.
And not a nursery, but basically, because this guy, he can do a lot of
So I want to do my landscape. They start going to college for that.
And I told him, hey, wait, I'm gonna sell my house that was already paid for. That was back in 2003.
Two.
And then I'm gonna buy a ranch with land, and I'm gonna start a business with you. And guess what happened?
Sure enough, that's exactly.
Yeah, that's how Monte Vista started. We have 3 other locations.
That's how Monte Vista started. Okay, all right, cool.
So he's my partner.
Wow.
Yeah. So I mean, I had so much faith on him, and he knows. He said, okay, let's do it. Because he knew I wasn't gonna just tell you one thing and do another.
That's right. So
I put my house out for sale and started looking.
And it goes back to what you said about keeping your word.
Yes.
And you know, the thing about the story you just told us is that you didn't even have a timeline on it, right? You just knew that that's what you were going to do at some point. And I think that's something that people don't really understand sometimes, is that sometimes keeping our promises, it may not happen immediately, but it happens.
Oh yeah, no, at least you're trying. It's not like, I mean, there's different type of promises, but I mean, like this one, it needed time to develop.
Time to come true.
But I mean, we did it. I mean,
It's all been a grind. It's not easy, you know.
No.
we used to work ourselves day and night. I mean, when we started, because we sell to the apartment market. And
DLT Grower stands tall as a testament to the power of determination and dedication. The sounds of the Delatorre family tending to their crops can be heard from afar as they work tirelessly day in and day out. From the crack of dawn until the sun sets, the rhythmic sounds of machines, footsteps, and whispering conversations fill the air, representing their unwavering commitment to their craft. However, their journey has not been without its fair share of challenges. As the Delatorre family has worked diligently to turn their vision into reality, they have faced countless hurdles. Mother Nature's unpredictability poses constant threats, but through their perseverance and resourcefulness, they have overcome each obstacle that has come their way.
But they come to us to
Collaboration is another key aspect of the DLT Grower Symphony. The harmonious blend of voices can be heard as the Delatorre family teams up with local professionals, experts, and co-workers who share their passion. Together, they nurture the soil, plant the seeds, and carefully tend to the crops, transforming once barren land into a flourishing oasis. The fruits of their labors extend far beyond the boundaries of their farmland. As communities across Southern California flourish with the vibrant colors and scents of DLT Growers' plants and flowers, the impact becomes undeniable. Beautiful gardens, lush parks, and thriving businesses all owe their existence in part to Jimmy Delatorre and his family's unwavering dedication to their craft. Moreover, the impact of DLT Growers reaches beyond aesthetics. By providing quality products, they have become a trusted source for their community. Their commitment to excellence is reflected in each plant, ensuring that customers receive nothing but the best. Additionally, the Delatorre family's dedication to their craft has also had a substantial economic impact on the community. By creating jobs, they have helped support local families, generating a ripple effect that extends beyond their fields. The sounds of bustling activity and conversations among employees serves as a reminder of the opportunities that have been created through their hard work. DLT Growers' success story has left an indelible mark on Southern California. The sounds of hard work, perseverance, and collaboration continue to resonate through their community, serving as an inspiration to all. Through their unwavering commitment to providing quality products, creating jobs, and shaping the landscape, the Delatorre family has truly transformed the region, leaving a lasting legacy that will echo for generations to come.